Good morning, all beloved friends on YouTube, all my subscribers, and all of you who are going to subscribe my wonderful YouTube channel with all good content. And we have a wonderful community together here. Right now, I'm sitting here having my morning coffee after having my morning yoga. Cheers. So good. So, I wanted to talk about consciousness. I wanted to talk about some things I think many people who are beginning to wake up and be more conscious of who they are and what they are here to do on earth and this beautiful life here on earth and this paradise we live on here on earth, and what is going on when you awaken, what is happening when your consciousness is rising. Because I have recognized in a lot of contact with different people that there are some questions. And I'm going to try to answer these questions now about awakening and consciousness. Some small but maybe big questions for people who have these questions. One thing is, this is quite fun actually, and this is about some people have an idea that when you get more conscious, or if you are like an Ascension guide, Ascended Master and Yoga Master like I am, you should be like a totally 100% perfect being who you should be sitting in a castle, having people following you in masses, and you can never say anything that could be a little bit like what, or you can not drink coffee, you cannot take a glass of wine, you cannot not have a mass around you sometimes, and things like this. And this is all misunderstandings. Because the thing is, when you raise your consciousness and get more awake, what is happening is that you actually, as the word says, you get more conscious. This is what's happening when you awaken more and when you get your consciousness rising up. You get more conscious about everything in your life, your own life, about yourself, and about life around you. You will see things with more open eyes and more open heart and mind, a more open mindset, a more open heart, and a more open eyes. This is what's happening. And what this means is that you will benefit. That's what you do. You benefit from this awakening. So, take one example here. If I, like I do now, travel around in the world, and I choose to most of the time live in my mountain tent, there is misunderstandings wherever I go about this. And the misunderstandings come from things like stereotype ideas about things people don't understand. And I don't judge anyone, of course. But I like to say this, that people and you gotta understand that you can't judge people actually, because you look at something you see from the outside, and you and people many times they haven't even questioned me or asked me what do I come from. Like, I am a mountain guide from North Sweden and I have a first-class mountain tent. And myself, I am an experienced wilderness and mountain guide. And also I'm Ascended Master and Yoga Master. And my choice is to go and stay in my tent where there is no cars. That's one of the biggest things my choice comes from, because I love to be in nature where I listen to the nature sounds and don't hear any motors. If it's possible, no cars at least. And this is in my choice. It's a conscious choice because I'm a healer also. So I need to restore myself constantly to be able to do my work here on earth, because I need to restore my energy, and I cannot restore my energy if there is constant motors like cars and other sounds like this. Because as an energy healer, this is actually about energy. So when you have a car, it's very good to have a car sometimes. I actually rent my cars when I need them in my life right now. I don't own a car right now in my life because I don't need that. But the thing is, a car is not a natural being. Ha, ha, ha. It's not a natural being. So the sounds a car give out is not natural sounds. And this is very natural to think about. It's higher logic also, that the patterns, the energy patterns a car gives out will disturb more or less the natural environment. This is what is happening. This does not mean that people should throw away their cars all over Earth and walk or go by bicycle. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that people can do conscious choices. It begins with consciousness. It begins with, like, example here again, if you have a car, you should not have it run on just on an engine. When you go into the shop and you are away from the car 5 minutes, like many people do, I've seen it many times. You should be conscious that you, if it's not cold area you live in, like I do in North Sweden, when it's cold, you maybe need to have the engine running because it will be cold in your car. That's an extreme example, but that's a good example. If you live in a hot area of Earth, you don't need your engine to be running. You should shut it off because it also gives out poison to the air. This is one example. This is simple, pure examples of how your life is built up when you're conscious. When you're conscious, you breathe in love. You breathe out love. This is what I teach in my dolphin yoga, which I am the founder of. This is simple, pure, grounding things to have your life built up with. Your life is meant to be a joyful life. Your life is meant to be a happy, joyful life. That's why you are born here to Earth. You're actually born here to learn to come back to what you came here as. Children, small babies, are born totally innocent and in this state. And then there are put in layers on these babies, which all traditions, whatever traditions we have on Earth, have placed on them. So then people have to take away these layers. And maybe they don't awaken under a whole lifetime. It maybe take 10, 20, 50 lifetimes before a person wake up, because you are born again, until you learn your lessons and come back to your pure, innocent being, which you are born as, and you will come back as before you ascended to that level where you don't come back to Earth. This is what's actually happening. And what I teach is the most simple kind of teachings and learnings. That's what I do. And the most simple and the most important things is simple, small details. It's not to stress. You don't have to be an expert on anything, or you don't have to be disciplined in a way that is mechanical. That's also what I'm teaching in Dolphin Yoga. What I'm teaching out is to be with yourself in a flow of love, relaxation, enjoyment, and happiness. And this is 100% possible to reach, not as far as some people think at all. It's more about learning to let go and to breathe consciously and to actually start enjoying your own life now. And look at everything you have right now that is working perfectly fine and with 100% love. So start to look at what is working in your life and around you and see this is miracles happening. This is magic happening everywhere on earth all the time. And yes, I will take one more example. And this example will be that, okay, I was coming from, like, I have been working on university, hospitals, I've been working on some Swedish television. I've been working on so many places. I'm not working for anyone else anymore in my life. I work for myself, and I work in divine service for all and everyone's good on earth. That's what I do today. And then some people, this is an example, then some people think, okay, if you are so good, ha ha ha, how does it come that you sometimes forget things? How does it come that you are maybe don't remember the name of someone? Let's take these examples. This has nothing to do with consciousness or being happy or being in having a joyful, enjoy your life, or being peace and in love. Has nothing to do with that. Like, I was perfectionist in my background. I did all works perfect, and this is true. If I did something, I always had a better result than anyone else had before, because I'm also a woman. So I had that pressure on me, because I knew I had to be better than everyone else to be even seen in this 3D matrix I don't live in anymore, because I live in 5D matrix and higher dimensions. That's where I live, but I can jump timelines. So of course I can visit 3D matrix, because I help and work with all kind of human beings. But the thing is that I had this pressure. I put this pressure on myself. I did, because I wanted no one to be able to come and put a finger on me and say this and this is wrong, and this one and this you didn't manage. So I was, and then what's happening, was that in many places, that, like the oldest university town where I come from in Sweden, the structure got afraid of me because I was too good. I was too good for that system. I could see through that system, and I did a whole program how they could change to the better. And what I did was only looking on and at what is balanced. What is a balanced behavior? That was all I was working for. And my working ground there was that I did a survey on 24 institutions on that it's Uppsala University in Sweden. And I had I didn't give up until I had 100% answers. It's not anyone else ever who have done this. I know this because I also was checking up this before I started. Even if this is the truth of that background, they didn't listen to me. Instead, they only gave me the money for my work, and then they just shut down the case. They didn't listen to my old program, the programs that would help the university to be better. So I did choose to write my own book instead of go out with my doctor's degree. And what I was writing, because they were so afraid of me. They were so afraid of me. And you see, this is the difference. The difference to be afraid, to live in fear, like all those old people in those areas did, is the opposite of living in love. So I choose to live in love instead. And then I have to leave all these systems and areas who don't work from love but work from fear. And you see, here I have this pattern of being perfect in everything. So what I have done is to work away these layers from my life and realize that to be perfect, which I mean that people actually are, is to be yourself. And what is important, and that is to learn to stay in love, unconditional love, to learn to stay happy, to learn to not worry, to learn to be in the now moment, to learn how to enjoy life and to be in inner peace. And this is what I do, give out information of free in my YouTube videos. So I say thank you for watching this video now, and if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, I advise you to be a subscriber, because I give out only good content in my YouTube videos, and this is not from anyone else. I channel myself. I'm a psychic medium since many years also, so I have contact with all the higher selves and universe, and I channel universal galactic energy and messages, like from the Pleiadian star system and things like that. And you are welcome to be a subscriber and a member of my community on YouTube. Blessings all of you, and thank you. Have a nice day from Freja Enjoy. Blessings.